There are several legendary historical artifacts known to mankind, as tales of these treasures have been passed down from our ancient ancestors. However, many of these have yet to be discovered, and their whereabouts remain a mystery. Archaeologists and historians have been searching for these ancient objects for a long time, but have been unable to locate several of them, despite searching for decades. One of these legendary artifacts is the Ark of the Covenant. For centuries, humanity has been trying to find this sacred reliquary, but without success. Recently, a distinguished writer revealed that he might have stumbled upon its true location. The Ark of the Covenant is also known as the Ark of the Testimony or the Ark of God. It is an alleged artifact considered the most sacred object of the Israelites. According to the historical description, the Ark is actually a wooden chest covered in pure gold. It has an elaborately designed lid called the Seat of Mercy. In the book of Exodus, the Ark was revealed to contain 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, and according to the New Testament book of Hebrews, it also contained Aaron's rod and a container of manna. The biblical account says that, about a year after the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt, Moses began the construction of the ark according to the pattern that God gave him. When the Israelites camped at the foot of Mount Sinai, the gold-covered acacia chest was carried by its staffs by the Levites for about 2,000 cubits to reach the town when they were on the march. Legend says that God spoke to Moses from between the 2 cherubs on the deck of the ark. The book of Exodus suggests that God instructed Moses to build the ark during his 40-day stay on Mount Sinai. The pattern for the tabernacle and the furniture of the ark were revealed to him, and he too was told to build it with acacia wood. To house the stone tablets, Moses instructed Bezalel and Oholiab to build the ark. The book also provides detailed instructions on how the ark was built. It was supposed to be 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 wide, and 1.5 high. It would then be completely covered in gold, and a gold crown or molding would be placed around it. 4 gold rings were supposed to be attached to the 4 corners, 2 on each side. Through these rings, wooden rods covered with gold would be inserted to carry the ark. These were not to be removed under any circumstances. The golden lid, called caparetta, was the ornament that had 2 golden cherubs. It was supposed to be placed on top of the ark. The account contains no instructions on the thickness of the caparetta or on the details of the cherubs. Furthermore, the cover was supposed to be hammered over the end of the ark and form the space where God would appear. After construction was completed, the book instructed that the ark was to be placed under a veil to keep it hidden. After the creation of this ark by Moses, the Israelites carried it during their 40 years of wandering in the desert. According to the biblical account, when they camped, the Israelites placed it in a separate room within a sacred tent called the tabernacle. When they reached the banks of the Jordan River under the leadership of Joshua, who led them to the promised land, the ark was carried at the head of the procession. During this crossing, the river dried up as soon as the feet of the priests carrying the ark touched the water, and remained dry until the priests and the ark left the river after the people had passed. In commemoration of this miraculous event, 12 stones were taken from the Jordan River, the place where the priests had stood. Over the next few years, the ark ended up in Bethel, where it was cared for by the priest Pinchas, Aaron's grandson. He then remained at Shiloh, another religious center about 10 miles north of Bethel, during the prophet Samuel's apprenticeship. When the Israelites were defeated by the Philistines, the ark was captured by them, and its bearers, Hophni and Pinchas, were killed. The ark was taken by the Philistines to various places in their country, but bad luck always followed them. She was later returned to the Israelites and accompanied King David when he fled Jerusalem, but was later returned. Although the story of the ark was created in a separate text in the 8th century, it was incorporated into the biblical narrative before the Babylonian exile. According to archaeological evidence, there was cult activity at Kiryat Yearim in the 8th and 7th centuries BC, and an elevated sanctuary was found that may have been used as a temple. Thomas Roma has suggested that the Ark may have carried sacred stones similar to those used by pre-Islamic Bedouins. It is speculated that the Ark could have contained a statue of Yahweh or a pair of sculptures depicting him alongside his companion goddess Ashera. Although some see similarities between the Ark and certain Bedouin practices, others argue that these similarities are not enough. Since he disappeared from the biblical narrative, there have been many claims about his whereabouts, and several theories have been suggested about it. One proponent of one theory is British writer Graham Hancock, who is known for promoting pseudoscientific theories about ancient civilizations and lost lands, including the idea that Ice Age civilization gave rise to the first known civilizations. Journalist Graham Hancock investigated the location of the Ark of the Covenant in his book, The Sign and the Seal. According to him, the Ark was taken from Solomon's Temple to Elephantine Island and then to the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum, Ethiopia. Hancock correlated his findings with archaeological evidence at Elephantine and the Elephantine papyri, which indicate that the Ark was on that island. Furthermore, the reconstruction of the temple at Elephantine revealed that it faced Jerusalem and had the same dimensions as Solomon's temple. Although Hancock's theory has been criticized, his claim that the Ark is in Ethiopia has been accepted by many. There are several theories about the location of the Ark of the Covenant. Hancock believes she is not in Israel and suggests that the Templars took her to Ethiopia, although Ethiopian Jews have a different version of how she got there. According to them, it arrived during the reign of King Solomon. There is a narrative that tells how Menelik brought the real Ark of the Covenant to Ethiopia with divine help, while a counterfeit was left in the temple in Jerusalem. Hancock's theory of how the Ark arrived in Ethiopia is disputed by local Jews, who claim that it is in the Church of Mary of Zion in Aksum. Legend says that it is guarded by a monk and is inaccessible to everyone. Some experts have criticized Hancock's theory, including John Holliday, an archaeologist at the University of Toronto, and Edward Ullendorf, a former professor of Ethiopian studies at the University of London. Replicas of the Ark are found in all Ethiopian monasteries and churches. Interestingly, these replicas are also prohibited. In fact, according to their beliefs, no church is fit for worship unless a copy of the Ark is installed in it, and no service is considered sacred without its presence. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church also confirmed that it owns the Ark in Aksum. It is currently in custody in a treasury near the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. Replicas of the tablets inside the Ark, called tablets, are also preserved in every Ethiopian Orthodox Church. In June 2009, Ethiopian Orthodox Church Patriarch Abune Paulos said he would announce the revelation of the Ark of the Covenant to the world the following day. He also said that he had been kept safe and secure in the Aksum Church. However, the next day, he announced his decision not to reveal the Ark after all, but said that he could attest to its current status. This isn't just an old hole in the ground. My friends, it is a deep and majestic gorge that stretches for a staggering 270 miles and is 18 miles wide. Imagine standing on the edge, looking out over the vast expanse before feeling the magnitude of this monumental masterpiece of nature. The Grand Canyon has an impressive history spanning more than 6 million years. Yes, this wonder has been evolving for much longer than we can understand. It is a living testimony to the power of geological activity and the relentless force of the mighty Colorado River. Over countless eons, layer after layer of rock has been sculpted and chiseled, revealing ancient secrets and exposing some of the oldest rocks on Earth. But it's not just about the rocks, my friends. The Grand Canyon is a treasure trove of archaeological wonders that will transport you back in time. Follow the trail of time on this captivating journey that reveals the geological history of this magnificent canyon. As you explore the southern edge of the park, you'll marvel at the remarkable features that have been etched into the landscape for millions of years. However, the Grand Canyon is not only a geological and archaeological wonder, it has also been home to humans for thousands of years. Can you imagine the stories that resonate through its ancient walls? Evidence of prehistoric humans dates back 12,000 years, with artifacts like stone spearheads and delicate figurines of split twigs revealing glimpses of their lives over the centuries the Grand Canyon has witnessed. This magical place has been a sanctuary for several Native American tribes, including the ancestral Paiute, Navajo, Zuni, and Hopi peoples. Its rich cultural heritage is intertwined with the very structure of this sacred place. One tribe in particular is deeply connected to the canyon. The Havasupai people have called it their ancestral home for more than 800 years and continue to thrive in its splendor today. The Grand Canyon welcomes visitors from all walks of life, inviting them to witness its majestic beauty. The cerulean pools and stunning red rocks attract more than 20,000 visitors each year, providing a glimpse into the vibrant culture and resilient spirit of the Havasupai people. This is where ancient stories meet modern adventures, where the magnificence of nature takes center stage. And speaking of ancient stories, it's time we start with Kincaid's discovery in 1909. It all began in 1909 when G. Kincaid, a daring resident of Lewiston, Idaho, embarked on an adventure down the Colorado River, armed with his trusty camera. The man set out to capture the stunning beauty of the canyons and river views that awaited him. Little did he know that his journey would lead to an astonishing archaeological find that would captivate the imagination of countless adventurers. As Kincaid delved deeper into the heart of the Grand Canyon, he stumbled upon a cavern so hidden and inaccessible that it seemed like a well-kept secret. Located 1,486 feet below the canyon wall, this cavern promised untold wonders. However, it was off-limits to visitors, protected by strict restrictions prohibiting unauthorized entry. The scientists studying the cavern wanted to preserve its archaeological treasures without interference from relic hunters or curious onlookers. Through sheer determination and against all odds, Kincaid managed to reach this hidden wonder. The sedimentary stains on the wall caught his attention, and as he approached the chisel marks on the cave walls, his curiosity intensified, urging him to enter. And what he found within those cavernous depths left him amazed. The cavern's central tube stretched an impressive 12 feet wide, narrowing to 9 feet as he delved deeper and branched out from the main passage. There were side corridors leading to chambers similar to modern living rooms. Imagine standing in a space that housed the ancients, with walls adorned with oval-shaped doors and circular air spaces for ventilation. The rooms were meticulously designed, with walls 3 feet 6 inches thick. Its roofs were in the center, but the real wonder lay within a passage, hundreds of feet from the entrance. There, sitting cross-legged, was an idol or deity of the town. The idol, similar to Buddha, clutched lotus flowers or lilies in each hand. Experts puzzled over the religious symbolism behind this sculpture, speculating that it could reflect the worship practices of ancient Tibetans. The idol was surrounded by smaller images, some exquisitely beautiful, while others possessed twisted shapes that possibly represented the eternal struggle between good and evil. To add to the enigmatic atmosphere, there were oversized cacti with protruding limbs flanking the god. All of these sculptures were painstakingly crafted from a hard marble-like rock, demonstrating the remarkable skills of the long-lost civilization. Delving deeper into the cavern, Kincaid discovered copper implements and a bench surrounding a workspace where ancient inhabitants knew the technique of hardening copper, a technique lost to time. Materials such as charcoal and slag indicated that these enigmatic beings were involved in smelting the mineral, but the exact location and methods they used remained a mystery. Kincaid speculated that the cave people were an advanced civilization, possibly the ancestors of the cliff dwellers found in the once vibrant and prosperous surrounding areas. Their culture had long since vanished from the face of the earth, leaving behind tantalizing fragments of their existence. We stumbled upon an amazing find while exploring this fascinating chamber adorned with ancient hieroglyphic symbols similar to those found in Egypt. The most intriguing discovery is found within the citadel. We are talking about mummified bodies of immense proportions. None of these mummies measure less than 9 feet and are wrapped in dark linen that hides their secrets. One can only wonder what secrets they keep. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of this underground city, we discover an astonishing amalgamation of cultures. The pottery and instruments show distant origins, creating exceptional archaeological diversity. The discovery challenges our understanding of the ancient world and its interconnectedness. There is a ceremonial crypt in the large room where the mummies were found, full of secrets to reveal. The atmosphere is dark and ominous, with speculation about deadly snakes or ancient chemicals. This area, called off-limits by Egyptians and Hindus, is restricted even to park staff and hikers, raising questions about its hidden contents. Some claim that armed soldiers guard the entrance, fueling theories of a hidden ruling class, while others suggest that the underground city has become a museum of a forgotten era. The discoveries of Svetlana Balabanova, who found something surprising in Egyptian mummies more than 3,000 years old, were criticized and faced hatred and threats. However, Dr. Balabanova stood by her accurate evidence. Dr. Rosalie David reaffirmed the controversy by confirming the presence of cocaine and tobacco in the mummies, shaking the archaeological world. The World Explorers Club decided to delve deeper and contacted the prestigious Smithsonian Institution. They wanted to know if the official record supported these mind-blowing discoveries. What they heard next left them baffled. A Smithsonian staff archaeologist denied any involvement in excavations involving Egyptian artifacts in North or South America. And to add more mystery, there is no trace of Kincaid and Jordan's supposed discoveries, once connected to the Smithsonian. It's like it vanishes into thin air. So where does this leave us? Why would a museum, especially one as renowned as the Smithsonian, suppress such groundbreaking information? The answers remain elusive, leaving us with more questions than we started with. Institutions fear the upheaval such revelations could cause. If they are trying to protect the stability and foundation of our society, if they fear that questioning our history could lead us to question everything we know, from science to education, the ramifications would be immense.